That it felt a little bit like a feeling out process from time to time. Personally, the other night in Anaheim, now with a couple more practices, a game under your belt, have you maybe extended the bar of expectation for tomorrow night against Minnesota and some of the things you'll be able to do more instinctively?
Personally?
Yes, personally, yes, for Nikolaj Ehlers.
I mean, I hope so. Last game, it wasn't very good. My legs felt fine. It was just everything else that was a step behind, and that I didn't like that. So I'm going to do everything I can to be ready to go next game because I got to be better.
Is it the brain or the hands that were a little slower than one or the other? That in past times when you've had to come back from injuries, do you have a little bit of a reference to work with in how the process goes?
Yeah, I mean, it's always no matter what you do in practice, you can't replicate a game. So it's going to take. Sometimes it might take a period, sometimes it might take a full game to get back into it and feeling great. So all I know is I should be good to go tomorrow.
Kind of a different rhythm. Like sometimes you guys play every other day, and now you've got Saturday, Monday, a break. Does that impact how you're going to be getting back up to speed?
I have no idea. Like you said, the schedule is so different all the time that you never really know what's getting thrown at you. If that game against San Jose wouldn't have been a back-to-back, I maybe would have played that one. So the schedule that we've had up until now has been insane. Whether we would have not had the Christmas break now, it would have been great too. So, do I love the extra 3 days? Yes. So, yeah.
Just to make sure, maybe you've talked about this before, but was it the moment where you're kind of by the benches and you're battling and you sort of looked like you went over on your ankle in that one? Was that
it had nothing to do with me falling in after that hit. It was lower body, but that hit had nothing to do with it.
Nikolaj, maybe just from the aspect, and not that you take any opponent lightly, I don't want to phrase the question that way, but because of the extreme rivalry that you have with the Minnesota Wild, is it just a natural process that maybe, that intensity meter just gets ratcheted up organically?
I mean, I would hope not. I would hope that you would try to go out there and play with the same mindset and the same intensity every single game. But obviously, the fans get into it in some games more than others, and that fires you up maybe a percent more, or all these different circumstances do something to you. Last game we just weren't good enough. It's as easy as that. We weren't good enough. That's not how we want to play. That's not how we're, going to win the Stanley Cup this year. So, the 2 games that we played against Mini, we've battled our asses off, and that's what we got to go out and do tomorrow again.
And for the 9 games you're away now, for guys like me, if Mitchell Clinton is going to step in for me, and I'm thinking I'm going to be totally transparent. I'm thinking, don't be too good. I want my job. But it's different in hockey. So when you see whether it's a young guy like Nikita Chibrikov or others who are stepping up for you, and Alex jumps up to that line, it's a totally different mindset as a National Hockey League player, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but for me, you got Lambeau coming up and playing some games. You got Chivy coming up, playing some games, and you want to see those guys do well. You want to see those guys really grab the opportunity and help this team win games. So, they're part of our team, and they came out and played really well, I thought. So, and now, Al is a guy who you can use on every single line. So, I want those guys to come out and do great. There's no secret to that.
Your games against the Wild, they always seem to be kind of full of juice, a little bit of hate. It looks like that. Is it fair to say you don't feel the same about that team than you do most other teams? Do you have a little bit of extra, dislike of the Minnesota Wild, maybe territorial rivalries, or is that just the way the games play out?
I think it's more the way games are played out. I can only speak for myself. I don't go out there sitting before the game and I get myself fired up because I hate the Minnesota Wild. That's not the way it goes. But, you want to go out and win that game. The crowd is going to get into it right away. And those games are played a little harder, a little more playoff style. And that's what you want to get to by the end of the regular season. And as the quicker you can get there, the more better of a chance you have of doing well. These games are a lot of fun.
Back to coming back off the injury, I keep hearing with speed players like you got to get the feet going, you got to get the hands going, you got to get the head going. Do you think it's harder for players with speed to burn like yourself to come back off of injuries because there's a little bit more factors involved in trying to get your game right up to speed? Giving you a built-in excuse here if you want it.
I mean, everything you said sounds pretty good. I don't know. Like I said, it's so hard because it can be different injuries where you feel different things and you need something different, and every scenario is so different from the last injury you had and the one before that. So. Do I need something different than Nino and then Scheif and Casey? Absolutely. We all heal different. We all need something different to get back into game shape and practice shape, for that matter. I guess so.
Sorry, and I just wanted to ask one more. Before the season, I asked you about Patrik going to Montreal. You gave us a great quote. You're like, I love that guy. What he's going to do is scary, and it just sucks we don't get that. I want just a two-parter for you. Just what you're seeing from him, what it feels like for you to see him doing that, and then can you address you asking for a Patty signed jersey coming on into town like you said happened?
Yeah, like I said, got six power play goals in 7 games. It's pretty impressive. You just know as soon as that puck is going from one side to Patty's side, it's going in the back of the net. Luckily, we had a pretty good goalie stopping those ones against us. But it's good to finally see him back playing, and you can see that he's having fun, and the fans in Montreal are embracing him, which is what he loved here, and that's awesome to see. So I'm excited for him.